folks at Bernini Fountain. This is their brand new, they call it their handheld, self-contained fountain tower. At a price of $34, all you need are 4 AA batteries and any container that will hold about 2 inches of water. And we have 3 remarkable choices for you. We have a mermaid, we have a pineapple, which is kind of the universal symbol of welcome, and then we've also got a really cool fish. Now here's the best part, is they look like they're crafted out of stone or marble, like an old fountain would be. And I want to show you the actual apparatus, and then we're going to play. But what makes this thing so stinking cool is that it is a completely self-contained, self-priming pump. This is where your 4 AA batteries go. You then place this into any container with water, and you hit the button on the top and watch what happens. I've got a bunch of them set up here. So you get a real fountain with real flowing water. You get that audible sensation of calm and zen. And it makes it a lot of fun to try to look around for the things that maybe you already have at home, container-wise, that you can use as a fountain, but it will change the way you shop anytime you go to a garage sale or a flea market or an antique store. I think these are marvelous. These are the new ones. You're the first ones anywhere in the country to see them. Now, it's right now 6 minutes after 8 a.m. out here on the East Coast, which means out on the West Coast, it's a bit earlier. But my buddy John Yeiser, who is the creator of Bernini Fountains, is up early this morning and with us on Skype. It looks like the sun's just about ready to peek over the top of those bushes, bud. How are you?
We're getting close. We're getting close. I'm doing good. Thanks very much, Dan. We're so excited to show everyone the new figure fountain. What we wanted to do was to actually have a finial, like the top of a normal fountain, and then allow that finial to be placed in any container. The detail and the decorative look and how much fun you can have with this is incredible. This mermaid right here, I mean, if you look at the detail right here, and actually right here, just beautiful as the water's coming off. And you can put this in any container you want. Watch as we go down here over to the fish. And the detail again, this can go inside or outside. I have these outside right now, but you can make them in a very majestic area or in something that can go on a coffee table. But again, look at all this. You can have fun just by placing it in different areas in any container that you have at home. Push a button and you're ready to go.
And John, your engineers were brilliant enough to build in a timer feature that goes from 1 to 4 hours. So I don't even have to turn it off. If I forget to turn it off, it doesn't even use up extra battery life. And every evening I can sit and enjoy and hear that sound and enjoy the beauty. These are true artwork. You had to have someone who started with a drawing and had to hand sculpt the mold to be able to make these work. And the material you use is really a space age resin. You don't worry about the elements, you don't worry about the sun, you don't worry about rain. I think they're perfect.
Correct.
Neat idea.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. It's Richard Henderson actually drew start these as an original drawing, and he actually draws each one of them up. He does all our drawings for all our fountains, and then we actually and we have some great video of them where you can actually see it going from a artist rendering to a carving, what you get at home. So look at this is what he drew. This is what starts the inspiration. We have the mermaid, then watches it actually get carved out of clay and then made into a mold, and you get it at home. All of that detail is what you get at home. It's an original design here for QVC. Look at the detail here. It's incredible on this. On the fish right here, and again, we get it at home. It's just in the water, just cascading out of the top of the mouth right there. You can have so much fun with all containers. Any container. This is a little bird. You just set it in a bird bath, and all of a sudden you've got a fountain. This is a typical pineapple for any that would go into a fountain. Now you can make a fountain out of anything.
Well, if we go back in world history, fountains were always associated with wealth because they were expensive. You had to have plumbing, or you had to have some kind of electricity involved in it. With this, you don't. This is completely self-contained. It's battery operated on 4 AA batteries, and there's no plumbing at all. I've got the pineapple right in front of me, John, and the pineapple is a little different because it's a bubbler. It spills over the side of the multi-layers of that pineapple and then drip in 4 little points into the little clay pot that we happen to have it in. I see this as being a really impressive piece when you put it in a large container, and something that is quaint and adorable when in a smaller. We've got a rather unusual vase that we put the mermaid in, and this thing looks like it should cost a fortune, and it didn't.
Well, and that was the goal here. Because, Dan, what you've got there is you've got this finial allows you to make something that could cost hundreds of dollars, be grand outside your house, go inside. So watch what here. It's the exact same thing you were just looking at. Pineapple finial. Now, we have the little spray tip on ours. It comes with it, but it's a little more watertight on. But look at the detail. We just set this in a bowl, put it into another bowl, and all of a sudden you've got this fountain. Now let's go tabletop side. The mermaid in here. Again, you can actually set them up so the splash is minimal, so you can go inside. Small urn down here. And then as you see, as we come over here, take a look at the mermaid and this one right here. Just absolutely gorgeous. Pick any container that you can actually have with water into it and have some fun.
Thank you for giving me an opportunity to share this with America for the very first time as a first look. Pick out your favorite. I've got to tell you, I think the mermaid is amazing. That's been the most popular. The koi fish are gorgeous. The pineapple is a sign of welcome. And add that water feature to your home. John, don't go anywhere, because I want to talk to you about our next item and another invention from you and your family, if you don't mind. But before we do that, let me tease something that's coming up a little bit later on, okay? I'll see you in just a bit. If you've ever put a flower pot